about to fire this thing up, release the parking brakes, and this is the Boomtown Reno KOA that we are about to leave. Now, at this particular moment, we are 4 miles from the California border, 4 miles. And when we stop today, if all things go as planned, we'll be less than a half a mile from the Utah border. We are going across the state of Nevada, east all the way from the west. So here we go. West Wendover, and just beyond that row of buildings there is the world famous Bonneville Salt Flats. I'm taking a video. This telephone pole here, I don't know if this is the authentic original one, but this monument here says at this point, right here on June 17th, 1914, the first transcontinental telephone line was completed at this point right here, which is on the border of Utah and Nevada. And the bottom line is, we talked about this last year, they made the final connection here, just like putting that silver or that gold spike in for the railroad, and then they made the first phone call. But if we walk right over here, this is the Wendover Nugget, and we're at the Montego Bay Casino. But right down here on the road, right down here on the road is the state line. As you see on the left, right there, it says Utah, and on the right there, it says Nevada. So
that's pretty awesome.
That's pretty awesome, and that right there is where the final connection was made so that we could make the first transcontinental phone call, and it was made from right there.
That very spot.
All right, we're here in Wendover, Nevada, West Wendover. That is Wendover Will. And here's Linda. We were here last year, and there is a rock community garden that you exchange rocks. Right there it says Wendover Rock Community.
And so the deal is you put rocks in the rock garden that you've painted, and people come and exchange a rock, and you take a rock and you go put it somewhere in the world, and somebody finds it, and then they post a picture of it on the West Wendover Facebook page.
Right, so let's look at, wait, before you go, let's look at yours. All right, these are the ones that you've painted.
And then I've put on the back, please post a picture of it to the Wendover Rocks Facebook page.
That's right. So here's the Wendover Rocks garden. And it says, Wendover Rocks garden, take one, leave one, share one.
So I'm going to go ahead and put them in. And hopefully someone will pick them up and hide them somewhere and and post them to the Wendover Rocks page.
So there they are. Beautiful.
Last year when I was here, it was completely full of rocks, and so hopefully.
Are you going to pick one?
I'm going to leave them because I took one last year that I have coveted, but I'm going to hide it now.
Oh, okay. All right, all right. And where we're at, of course, that's Westover Will, but we talked about this place here yesterday. This is the Victory Highway. Talked all about how it came about.
Last year.
It was the original trail from east to west. It started out as the buffaloes and all walked through here and started out, and then the indigenous people, and it just kept growing as finally wagon trains come through, and then they made the first road here, and this was the first way from the east to the west.
This is such a neat place. West Wendover is a very cool little town, but it's extremely historic.
Yeah.
We have learned a lot about it. We learned a lot last year, but we learned a lot today. So if you ever get the chance to come through here and spend a little time, it is well worth it.
Yeah, it certainly is. All right. All right, there's old Wendover Will. We're on our way out.
100 feet, turn left onto Wells Avenue.
He's so cute.
He is a cutie, ain't he? All right. On our way out of West Wendover, Nevada. All right, so what we've done is we've left Wendover. We're, what, mile past Wendover, but we're in Utah. And we're on our way to the world famous Bonneville Salt Flats.
Yeah.
And this is the way you get there.
This is all BLM.
Yeah. Bureau of Land Management. Warning, soft mud. And you see people ride out there. You know why? Because it's BLM, and the sign back there says, "Welcome to your land."
Absolutely.
Your land. We were here last year, but we didn't have our stickers, right?
That's right.
So we're heading out here to this sign that last year had stickers all over it, and we're going to leave one of ours. So we're heading out. It actually looks wet. It's rained through here, so we may not be able to drive out today. It might be wet. This would be exciting because last year, you can go back and look at our other video, we drove out on it, but not this year.
It sure doesn't look like it.
Oh no, it's okay, but here's the thing about it. The reason they always set speed records here because it is an old dry, but it's salt. And so what happens is the salt does melt with all this water on it. And then when the water evaporates, it leaves an absolutely perfectly flat surface because all the salt just, dries out again. So here we are. This is it. We're going to get out and take a look.
Interesting how different it looks than last year.
Yeah. All right, Linda, this is absolutely awesome.
It's fascinating.
Because, and what you've said is that you're going to have to, on this video, put in some of the stills from last year, because this is the Salt Flats, but right now it's a monster lake. Bonneville Salt Flats, Bureau of Land Management, and the picture from last year, the sign from last year, but look at this. It's completely covered with water.
Oh, and it was completely we drove out. Way out. We drove our car. This is
like a sword?
Oh yeah, we drove way out. It's just fascinating because I was just telling her we were here last year and we drove our car way.
It's hard to believe that this lake, Great Salt Lake, right? This lake is Bonneville Salt Flats.
I just love it because this just is Mother Nature and at her best.
Yeah. So, of course, this water, and you can see out there, people are up halfway up to their knees, and what will happen is it will all evaporate off, and it'll leave that salt hard, packed, and flat. So look at this. It's just recreating the flats. When we watched the weather last night, and there are rain showers coming through here over the next week.
Yeah.
But we were here earlier last year in June.
Yeah.
June or even end of May, and that I guess is their dry season, and it was flat and hard.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just love it.
You got that right. And we're going to approach the ranger here. See if he'll talk to us for a minute.
Hi.
Hey, how are you doing? Can I bother you for just a minute? Just to ask a couple questions?
Yeah, go for it.
We were here, we're from Florida, and we come through here last year, like end of May or something. We were able to drive out and all that good stuff. How long will it take before this all evaporates off? How long will it stay like this?
It depends on how much moisture continues to come through. If it stays dry, it will be clear in the next couple of weeks, probably.
Really?
But we've been getting monsoons, so
Yeah.
it could stay underwater. It's underwater the majority of the year.
Is it really? See, that's great. So we just showed up at a good time last year.
Yeah. Yeah. May is usually not on. Usually you can't get on there by May. Usually it's still underwater. It takes July. It could be starting to dry off by the 1st of June. Kind of tacky.
Wow.
Not like this.
Well, this is great. What a great look this is.
Yeah, well, it's like our little Great Salt Lake.
Yeah.
It's so weird. I mean, we pulled up and we're like, what?
Yeah.
Because I guess in our mind, because we don't know that much about it, we just assumed that it was always.
No.
Yeah.
Wow. So how long this year has it been water?
It just a little over a week. So they were supposed to have the annual Speed Week event.
Oh no.
It was supposed to start last Saturday. The race was completely ready to go on Friday, and a monsoon came on Friday night. It stopped till Sunday.
And these
You're
people come
kidding.
from everywhere, and then there's just nothing that can happen.
You're
Wow.
kidding.
Yeah, we had all of the stuff already out on the salt. Like everything was out.
No.
and It took us several days to make sure everything got in, and it was insane.
Okay, so when we were here last year, we drove as far as we felt comfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, you can drive,
Yeah.
and there were people. So where you just set up out there? Is there? I mean, because you know.
So you see, can you kind of see out there where it looks like there are buildings
Yes,
out there in the water?
Yes.
That's about where the pits are. That's where all the racers stage and their pits
Yeah.
are at.
Okay.
The raceway usually starts about a mile off the end of this access road. And it goes, this year they had about a 9-mile track, I think. And it basically goes straight down past those pits and in between those two mountain ranges. We call
Wow.
that floating
Wow.
island and the end of the circle. So it just goes straight out. It depends, the year it differs, how long they can get the track. It depends on how good a shape the salt's in.
Yeah.
But, they'll groom it out there as far as the salt is safe enough to do so. So this year they had 9 miles. The salt was pristine the Friday that they
And
were
it
supposed
just,
to start.
but they're supposed to.
What a crying shame.
Yeah, it was pretty
Because of the
sad.
effort. I mean, your effort, everybody here's, and then their effort to get here.
Yeah, well, and the racing association that puts on the race, they've been out here for weeks getting everything.
Oh yeah.
It's
how
rough
sad.
on them, yeah.
And then there's
sad.
no other time. They just come back next year. So
Yeah,
they just
do have-
missed this year.
They have a few other events throughout the year, but I think one of those have already been canceled. If it doesn't dry off, they've probably
Wow.
been done for the year.
Wow.
Yeah, you just try again next year. I've been here since 2004, and this is only the 3rd time it's ever happened. where it's
That's
been flooded.
crazy.
Just kind of at the mercy of Mother Nature out here.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Well, thank you for your
Thank
time.
you
We
very much.
appreciate it very
Come
much.
back next year. They're going to be raging next year.
You got it. Thank
Always
you.
the first weekend in August. So if you
Okay.
haven't
Perfect.
seen it before, I highly suggest
Oh
you
yeah,
check it
thank
out.
you. Got,
Appreciate it.
thank you.
Be safe.
KOA in West Wendover. And we are heading down here about 3/4 of a mile. We're going to turn left, get on I-80, and then just like yesterday, we're going to ride I-80 for a while.